Good morning! Good morning, everyone. Yay! Good morning! I'm gonna wait a moment, make sure that the Discord notification goes through. I don't know why there was that one stream where it didn't go through, but I just want to make sure that it is working. Hope everyone's good. It's Apollo Justice Ace of 20 time again. Once more. Can you believe it? I can. Last time we started case 3. And we are in the trial. We're like partway through it. But yeah, the guy Lettuce, the lettuce guy. that's what he's in my brain. Is being killed, and we're defending a small child from a foreign country. A small like a blind 14-year-old from a foreign country. Okay, cool. Discord notification went out. That's good. All right, let's go then. Yeah. I love the cutscene, the 3D cutscene where Chloe is playing guitar. It's so good and it catches on fire. It's one of the best things ever. Okay. It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom. We're just getting straight into it. You are too kind. Ah, you can speak English? Yes. Yes, I can. Though I am not very good. There is much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Let me take a look at the court record and get back up to speed. We had, it's the Goral key. Goral. I guess we can look at this again now because we know that it's his guitar key. There are 3 keys on this heart-shaped key ring, and this guitar-shaped key was the key to a guitar case. Wasn't he saying he had to break his case because he couldn't get it unlocked? I could open a lock like that in 10 seconds easy. He should have given me a call. So he could slap handcuffs on you after you opened it? Handcuffs? 20 seconds tops. I'm glad she's on my side. So there was also the thing where like the crimes kind of follow the lyrics. Keys to my heart. Fire, bullet. Oh yeah, and guitar, up together to the sky. And they rose up on the platform a bit. Yeah. Yeah, this is the guy. I'm sticking to the Gleep Glorp Gloop alien voice because it's funny. I'm a little tired. But that's okay. Have you spent time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too sought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? La Miroir suffers from amnesia. Where is this coming from? Amnesia? La Miroir is not my true name, yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought. As lauded singer La Miroir, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. Oh, you're such a good guy, Clavia. Oh, everyone loves you. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's past. Maybe you should care more, Judge. I don't know. You have nothing to fear in this court, La Miroir. Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. La Miroir, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. Witness testimony. What I saw. As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. Can you just be normal? Please be normal, please be normal, please be normal. I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat, and refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go. Grrr. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lamua wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. Okay, I'm just gonna press all of her statements. As for what I saw nothing. Nothing? So you had your eyes closed? But you must have seen something. Mr. Latouche named you. Oh yeah, he did. Mr. Latouche. How can I tell you what I don't know? Lamua, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. It was a great concert. You heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Of course. Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. He's out of line. I'm out of line. Mr. Judge. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be nice. A judge. What's this? It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving. What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy. Apparently his grandson is a big fan. Let us continue, shall we? If you would, Lemuel. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. I did not return backstage after the second set. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing. And was Machi with you at the time? Unfortunately, I do not know where he was. So much for an alibi for Machi. Hey River! Good to see ya! I'm just moving my model over a little. So much for an alibi for Machi. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. Hold it! With Machi, correct? How was he then? He seemed as he always does. Though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latouche's death. Yet, he is not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far. He's a 14-year-old boy in, like, a country where he doesn't know the language, and he's also blind, and he's being accused of murder, and he's away, separated from Lamua, who I believe, like, he trusts, like, he's always with her. Like, come on. Cut him some slack. Just because he's small. And he could have, like, I guess, like, he's a suspect for shooting things in small spaces, but, like, come on. Yeah, he's just a little guy. He's 3 apples tall max. This questioning hasn't gotten very far. We sat there waiting. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. Hold it. How was the incident explained to you? I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latouche died. Of course, investigations require some security. But Mr. Latouche was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern. Allow me to apologize. Please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you. No, it was not. Me when I lie. Yes, I understand. Think, what doesn't ring true about her testimony? It's hard to imagine Lemuel lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? Well, I mean... Oh, okay, this was found at the crime scene. Is that it? Is that the proof? Okay, let's save. I don't want to save scum, but you know. Let's try this. Music stopped? I'm sorry, Lemuel, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lemuel's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony? Prosecutor Gavin. What? This brooch was found after the murder took place, at the very scene of the crime. What? Lemuel, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night. Okay. What is the meaning of this? Lemuel, please explain. Lemuel? Bleep glap floop snoop. She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not going to work here. Bleep gloop gloop. Your foreheads may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? Bleep gloop glarp. In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Gleep schnarp flu. Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that? What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. Is she talking about that? So she was there the moment he, like, died? And she just didn't mention it? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold, so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry. She forgot to mention she was right there, that she was a key witness. I'm gonna... killing her is a bit extreme. I won't do that. The witness is Siren. Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Yipes, Emma, what was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard a door close. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. Oh, I am picking up Clavia's accent. Oh no. So this was when your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? Yeah, she just really, like, enthusiastically opened the door. And it just fell off. It happens. It got flung, like, across the floor a little bit. Her forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked in at the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Her forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. Hey, my voice is not horrible. A horrible voice indeed. Fuck you! Fuck you! I just instinctively, like, raised my middle fingers at the screen. Oh, I'm really immature. Oh man, I closed the door immediately. Gamer rage is real. This is my gamer rage. I don't get mad like playing like co-op games, like online games and stuff. I get mad playing visual novels. Oh my god, the angriest I've ever been at a character is in Virtue's Last Reward. That's the second Zero Escape game, I think. I'm not gonna say it who. If you've played it, you know who. I was just so mad at this one character. My rage. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, anyways, well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Oh yeah, I've been thinking about, um, Persona 5 X, that comes out really soon, doesn't it? I might stream it, when it's out, like, maybe a few times. I'll probably play it on my own. Yeah, 26th, so that's soon. I mean, it'll either launch, it depends if it's like local time or like same time everywhere or whatever. But yeah, I might stream that when it's out. That's exciting. Cattle. Oh man. Anyways, that's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lamiwa, you did look into the room though, right? Prosoba. Hehe. Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. When my performance was finished, I went backstage for just a moment. Here again. What can move? What can be like, I'll pass. When my performance was finished, I went backstage for just a moment. I saw nothing. The late Mr. I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latusse's body was behind a wall. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. Okay, let's press. Hold it! What did you see in that brief glimpse? I had only opened the door slightly when I heard that horrible voice. And shut the door. I have always wanted a forehead. Does that voice of yours lack a volume knob? It's my cords of steel, man. Just back off. Back off, man. Leave me the freak alone, dude. I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latusse's body was behind a wall. Press. Oh my god. Is that a wig hair? That's a wig hair. Oh man. In my blanket, this is like a very long... Yeah. Oh gee. A wall? There was a wall there? Gleep glorp is what in English? A division or partition, I believe. It was a large dressing room divided into two halves, and the murder took place in the inside half. I guess that partition might have hidden the body. I feel like this is... Let me stare at you really intensely. Okay, are you lying? Are you twiddling your thumbs? The only thing that like could move is like your face though. Like what? You don't have like your hands. Like the late Mr. Latusse's body was I accidentally pressed back. I'm going to perceive. Are you nervously sweating? Has your cloak, like, grown a mind of its own and it's, like, nervously twitching? Okay. Pass. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. Hold it! With Machi, correct? How was he then? He seemed as he always does, though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latus's death. Yet, he is not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far. We sat there waiting. Man, poor kid, I'm feeling really bad for him. How was the incident explained to you? I was told nothing in detail, only that Miss Lucy said. Did we do this already? This is my manager. I should have been told. Please understand. Keeping in the dark. Yeah, okay, we did do that. What doesn't ring true about her testimony? It's hard to imagine Lamia lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? Okay, so we... I mean, well... It's for what? I saw nothing. Where are you lying? Where are you lying? Where are you lying? People are gonna get really sick of Apollo. You think that like at some point like he just kind of walks over to like the witness. He just kind of stares at him real close. It's like it's just easier this way. Pass. Okay, what could we present? I feel like it's gonna be... Oh, okay. Stand for them with binoculars for added effect, yeah. Okay, so that's the door. Okay, that makes sense. She wouldn't be able to see. The door opens that way, and it's like, well... But how come he... Oh, okay. Let's look at this. You hiding anything? Really nice that I can just pause time and just investigate her. I feel like it's gotta be on her face, you know? I feel like because the perceive thing has been, like, the option to perceive has been given to me, I have to do it.
Hold it!
So she might have hidden the body. Do we have on here... No, I was wondering if we have where she dropped her brooch, but it doesn't look like it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So the brooch is like there. It's right there. Damn. You went backstage for just a moment. You see, even that brief glimpse. I had only opened the door, I heard that horrible voice, and shut the door. Are you lying? Are you /J or /serious? I feel like this is gonna start like twirling around. You won't tell the details, huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so she doesn't have to be lying. She might just not know something. think. What doesn't ring true about her testimony? She's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? Okay, let's go over all my things. So, that's the door there. That it would be true that she... I mean, it depends if she... Am I reading this right? I think I am, right? Like, that's where the door opens. Like, it goes like... and so if she just, like, had a little look in, she might not see it, but I mean, if she kind of, like, stepped out, she might have been able to see some of it. There's the bullets there. They went... like, from, like, there. We have the photo of the body. I don't think... What were you... He was holding the keys in his hand, wasn't he? I don't think that shows anything. I don't think this shows. Okay, that's just the keys. That's the music. This is her brooch. I don't know. This is the murder weapon. This is her publicity postcard. I mean, it's got a brooch there, but like that's investigation request. Have I ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case? That makes sense. I mean, like, she wasn't told any details. Lyrics sheet contains lyrics to Lamiwa's ballad. Stole away the keys. I mean, the thing is that the guy said her name. Is that it? But what would I actually present? Invited to sing on stage. Yeah, she did. When it was finished, you went backstage for a moment. Okay. I saw nothing. Body was behind a wall.
Hold it!
Hold it! What did you see in that brief glimpse? Okay, yeah, horrible voice. Horrible loud voice. Back off his cords of steel. I'm sorry, I'm stubbornly not gonna use a guide. You were invited to sing on stage. You did. It was good. It was pretty good. This is true. I love when they use the animations, like the sprites, for these kind of visual gags. I think that they did one in the original trilogy where it was like throwing like some evidence across. Like, it's really fun. Oh man. Okay. Oh my god. That was a gross noise. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Okay, you were not told the details. Okay, you know what? Let's just perceive everything. I can see it. Yay. Are you lying? Are you lying? Are you twiddling? Are you twiddling me right now? I know that, like, some people, it seems like people prefer the old pixel art, and I do really like it as well, but I think that the new art is also really nice. The clean art. I think they did a really good job. There is definitely some stuff, like, in the pixel art you could, like, the simpler shading and stuff, it looks better in some places because it's pixel art and there's less pixels to work with, so you can kind of infer, is that the right word? Infer like what's going on, where in this you have like the clean lines and so it looks a bit like it's cell shaded in the new art, like very obviously. But yeah, I think they're both really nice. Yeah, one really nice and clean, one very nostalgic. Yeah. Okay, I don't think she got like a rat under there somewhere. You got any rats, ma'am? Squeak. I'm not so much a fan of the oh fuck, I didn't mean to press that. I'm not so much of a fan of the 3D models in Dual Destinies. I don't know if it gets like they get more they get a bit better in Spirit of Justice. But I really like the 3D in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I think it's so well done. But maybe I just have a bit more fondness for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles compared to Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. So we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I love the art in Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's so good. Okay, Mr. Gavin's dressing room. Are you lying? Are you lying? Is your rat reacting? Reaction rat? The reaction rat. Everyone's got one. This is what Apollo perceives, the reaction rat that's inside us all. Is your reaction rat reacting? Well, you better go react it. No reaction rat? No reaction rat. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? No one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case. She wasn't told the details. Shrug. Are you lying? Is your rat reacting? Hello there. Is your rat? Is it? Is it over here? You let the rat loose? Can't believe you would do that. You have to be responsible when you have a reaction rat, especially in court. You can't just let it run free. Just Apollo over and over. Can you repeat that but really slowly? I need to check something. Pulls out like a little slice of cheese, walks over to her, like kind of waves the cheese around her, seeing, like, watching for a reaction. Okay, at what point do I give up? At what point do I give up? Okay, maybe I just try and present some stuff. What would... What could relate to how he said that? How he said the siren. This? What have you written here? Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll just present this. It's not this. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow you. It clearly, contradicts the, I thought. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Objection overruled. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. You know what? I will live with this blunder. Let's just make a new safe slot. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna. I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. With Machi, correct? How was he then? He seemed as he always does. Though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Lotus's death, yet he is not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far. We sat there waiting. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. How was the incident explained to you? I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latus died. Of course, investigations require some security, but Mr. Latus was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern. Allow me to apologize, but please understand. It's painful. Oh. What doesn't ring true about her testimony? It's hard to imagine her lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? There was something, wasn't there? Where we went to her and we asked her something. About him saying something about the siren? Mr. Latus named you. Mr. Latus, did I not do this? How can I tell you what I don't know? Lamiwa, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night... I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. Okay. You're gonna... Oh, it was a great concert. Okay. Sorry if this is, very boring to watch. I've been doing this for a little bit too long. Should I look up a guide, or will I figure it out? Did you not get invited to sing on stage? It's silly time. Yeah, I'm being a silly little guy. Okay, that night. I don't know where. I feel like it has to be her face. It has to be her face. She was invited to sing. This is true. And she did. What I saw. No reaction, rat. I saw nothing. I feel like I'm losing it. I think I'm losing my mind. Okay. I went backstage for just a moment. When my performance was finished, for just a moment, just a moment. I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latus's body was behind a wall. Okay. Maybe it's this one's got like a different spray. Maybe it's this one. I saw nothing. I think if I don't get it, I'm gonna look it up. Because we're just gonna be here forever. behind a wall? Was it? You promise? You promise? Okay, let's just do this on this one and the next one, and then if I don't get anything, I'm gonna look it up. Led by the police too. Looking for the reaction rat squirming around. Where is the reaction rat? Making a mess in your dress. I don't know. I'm just a little guy. Alright, let's perceive this one. And then I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I mean, maybe it's that she didn't... Oh my god, if it's this. Like, she learned somewhere else. She learned because she saw the body. And so this wasn't where she learned about it. Are you lying? Are you lying? Are you lying to me? Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay. Man, sorry that took so long. Okay, so apparently here. Gulp.
Gotcha!
Man. Yeah, it's really subtle. The late Mr. Latusse's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Mr. Latusse's death than you're saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. Swallowing means you're lying, everyone. You can't fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latousse have to be shot? One moment, Lemuel. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latousse have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something, I knew it. Lemuel, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but... Oh, it's making me dizzy, Your words just now contradict your testimony. How could that be? Take this. Lemuel contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it. What, that she knew that he was shot? Why did he have to be shot? What, that she... This could be any number of things. This could be so many things. This could be, well, she couldn't have seen that he was shot. Look, he was shot. She shouldn't have known that. Look, he died because he was shot. She shouldn't have known that. It could be, oh, he was shot with a gun. She shouldn't have known that. It could be, she wasn't meant to know anything. Oh, she was at the crime scene. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. Tell me, Lemure, how did you know he had been shot? Well, immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yeah, you knew that Mr. Latouche had been shot. How could you have known? Yeah, org. I think God, stuff's spinning. Well, it feels great to have that section over. Finally. Lemure, you aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. All along, the reaction rat was inside her. It was squirming around in her throat. Ew. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. We all want to know is the truth. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. I saw bullet holes in the wall. I knew Mr. Latouche had been shot. Me when I lie? Me when I lie? Only a glimpse, yet you knew they were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. I have seen bullet holes before, you know. You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung in places far more dangerous than our country. I go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. That's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Lemure someday. I plan on recording my next album overseas. Their studios have a different sound, you know? Maybe I should go on a Chords of Steel tour too. Just shout objection into a microphone for 30 minutes? Don't do that. Alright, I mean, you shouldn't have seen that. Right? You shouldn't have been able to see that because of the way the door opened. I'd pay for the tickets, trust. I mean, yeah, me too. Take that. Lemure. They call you the siren of the ballad, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? Shut up! Leave me alone! Come on, can't I be cool for once? Yeah, I was gonna say, let him be cool. Observe the diagram. Lemure, you looked in from the door for just a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall the door is on. You see, assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. York. Lemure. Yes. I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you? I must tell you what it is I saw? Yes. The happenings in this trial are being recorded, and I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lemure. Very well. Lemure, please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall. More testimony? What I saw too. The long-awaited sequel. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Oh, look at me. Do not open. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. So you did witness the crime, and the killer was a grown person, you say? Ah, this is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, forehead. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lemua. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Hmm? Why? But, so she didn't look in the door. How did her brooch get there? She flung it through? But it said do not open, and did you open it? What I saw too. It's on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Boing. Oop, boing. So you were heading toward the dressing room? Yes. So this is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. So she looked in twice? About the same time Emma and I heard those shots. I was on my way back. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. What exactly is something like a little window? Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes. You need not worry, Lemua. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail? Biscuit! What's up? A little window on the wall. I, saw the crime from there. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. You were certain you heard 2 shots fired? Yes, quite certain. I was on my way to the backstage exit. This was when I heard a faint sound. Like a gunshot. A faint sound? Wondering what it had been, I peered through the window. That is when I heard the second gunshot, much closer. Okay. And there were 2 bullet holes at the scene. No contradictions so far. It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do. But it wasn't Machi. It wasn't Machi who shot— Are you sure? Yes, quite certain. It amuses me that you would question her testimony. It is testimony in your favor. Isn't my job to object? Yeah, Polly, what were you thinking? Trucy, let's just listen to what Lemua has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure? Yes, of course. You see, it was a grown person. I know it was. Why? A grown person? That's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certainly, you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female. It was a man. A young man. And you're sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait, so we just need to get every man in the world to speak, and then she'll be able to point out who did it. But wait, couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known. Indeed. So you were at the window when you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves it wasn't Machi. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony? Megadoogles, what's up? I mean, it's pretty good, no? Okay, what would this be? What would this be contradicting? We don't have— I assume that the little window is here. Gun there. Shot— I believe, like, would have been shot from behind. Like, right where she is, no? I mean, I could just bluff my way through. But it's good. It's a good testimony for me. So, it was the voice of a young man. It wasn't Mr. Latouche. On the other side of the window. So she didn't exactly see them, but she heard the voice of a young man. A clear voice. If it was Latouche, she would have known. I mean, she probably would have seen, no? Because they should have been standing there to shoot through the shoulder. I'm gonna say it's contradictory. Let's see, let's bluff my way through. Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lemieux's testimony that rings false. Bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. Oh yes, that of course, He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lemieux has to be lying! I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as her forehead says. Yet, this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What next? What's he talking about? Lemieux, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad. And the lies do not become such a creature. Oh, he's so cool. He's so dreamy. Oh my goodness. What does the prosecution mean? Apollo, what's he talking about? He stole my line. How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. What? But I'm sure. Maybe it was open. Maybe it was closed. Maybe it was closed afterwards. Wait, Lemieux, I have nothing but the highest regards for your musical sense, but my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have. So you say. And the victim named her, the siren, as the witness? That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche... We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility. And it brought us to this. A judge. Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. For a moment I read that as executed, and I was like, holy shit, that's a bit extreme. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. What? There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. But if Lemieux can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Dank, I can't say goodbye. Now where were we? Ah yes, I would like to hear from Fräulein Detective again. We're just done with it? Wait, let me hear Lemieux's testimony one last time. But the cross-examination is already over, until such a time as a need arises. This witness may leave the stand. But, I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. At last, back to the real trial. This is a good point to take a break. It has been like an hour, and I haven't had a break yet, and I probably should. Even though I'm feeling fine, I should. So, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. I'm gonna do a 2-minute ad break, and I'll be back soon. See you soon! Yay! I'm back! Yay! What? Need to put my gloves on. Cold wise, cold wise. We'll probably go for another hour, hour and a half. We'll see, we'll see. Alright. At last, back to the real trial. Ready, our forehead. Grr, I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fräulein Detective, how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me! I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Sky. I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latus's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Ah yes, there was only one door in the room, and a witness, you, was standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? It kinda limits the people who could possibly get through. I certainly would have a difficult time. You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant. And Trucy, but we're not talking about that. A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh, what's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. The circumstances? Again? Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre. Oh yeah. She's right. Why did Mr. Latus's body disappear from the room? And end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation, Herr Judge. Oh, thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough. You get a nose for things. The judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Fräulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Witness testimony. The missing body. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamiroir's song. How would he move it? How would he do that? No one in this this country, not this courtyard, what the heck, had a motive to kill the victim, and Machi practically left his signature at the scene. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Signature? Lamiroir's song? Yes, the guitar's serenade. You noticed its code too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held onto so tightly were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst— oh my goodness. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latus's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. I admit, I had forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Herr Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get on to the next. The cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing. Cross-examination. Alright. Okay, what do you mean by his signature? What do you mean by this? What did she mean by this? What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. The bullet holes? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. And that means what exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would have been difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. No, you can't be serious. Machi, he can't see. That's why he missed? It's the only explanation that makes sense. The only... He used sound and other sensors to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think justice, what do I do now? I mean, I mean, it would like dislocate his arm. He's just a kid. I don't think I can object yet. Let's sit back and watch for now. I don't know. He couldn't see, so the first shot missed. As explanations go, it's airtight. It appears the shooter did leave his signature. I'm afraid this is looking bad for our young defendant. The witness may continue with her testimony. You got it. This doesn't look so good, does it, Apollo? No, it doesn't. What do we do? First, we don't panic. Even though Machi's case is leaking water by the gallon, Gavin's on a roll and it's up to me to stop him. Okay, how would he move the body? Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all this? You want my scientific opinion? No clue. But he clearly had a reason to go through all that trouble. Some deep reason. A deep reason? Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar. Unforgivable acts, even if he had a reason, and worse if he had none. The Diva's complaints aside, I can't imagine someone doing this on just a whim. Fräulein Detective, I take offense at that description. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say? Yes. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Yes, this crime was planned for sure. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. I feel like I probably just gotta raise an objection. It's just an absurd situation. Why would a 14-year-old blind pianist from another country shoot some guy? Like right after like his performance. Like what? What if the shooter was through the little well, what if the shooter was what if the shooter was here? What if the shooter was through here? What if Mr. Latrice was doing a little festive jig, dancing around? He was a little hard to shoot. Let's just see. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobai, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. Yeah. You just made another point as to how it could have been him. Convincing argument, to be sure. Take that, smug prosecution. Apollo? Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny? And the gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. No! Even the defense seems to agree on that point. York. Cripes, I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get the facts of the matter on record. If you would, Fräulein Detective. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. Right. From the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind. You can't say he was blind just because of those bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof per se. You've merely raised a possibility. Fräulein Detective has made a most logical conjecture based upon the evidence. Of course, there is more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent. But what was it in the room in the first place? But wait, if he was blind, how would he know about the air vent in the first place? A very good point. Well, Fräulein Detective, would you care to explain? Suddenly seems sure of himself. Recall the crime scene, if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. Ladder. As it happens, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Machi Tobae. He would have known that there would be a way out at the top of that stepladder. But that's... Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? You could have figured it out for yourself. You only needed to consider what that stepladder was doing there. You just wanted to be there. Looks like the defense's objection has been squished by a stepladder. Well, forehead. Out of ammunition, perhaps? I've never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood. Apollo, don't you have something? Anything? You know what we need. We need something to prove the killer could see. Maybe it's, this? That whatever was written here was smudged out? That'll put him in his place. Proving the shooter was sighted would do it. That would take down one of their central points. Do I have any evidence that can prove that, though? Yeah, sure. Fine, I accept the prosecution's challenge. As I knew you would, her forehead. What exactly am I up against here? The prosecution is saying the shooter missed because they couldn't see. Therefore, Machi, who's blind, did it. The defense will please present their evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see. Yeah, I'm gonna present this. This is that evidence. The photograph of the crime scene? I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah? Would this be too much to put up the pride flag? Well, very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... this. Take that! Take that! The contradiction is right here. The smeared blood stains. I thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. He did it. He's losing his vision. It was the judge. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head, much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. It's almost as if he wrote something. Uh-huh, I get it. At least I think I get it. Get what, Fräulein? When Mr. Latouche was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why? If I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Do we have a... Is that her signature? Lemure? it's kind of hard to see. Certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. No one has anything else to say? About what? So the prosecution accepts this? You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latisse was writing something in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait. Once he saw what it was? But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Ack! Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant, Machito Bai, is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Irk. Impossible! Order, order, order! Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see, yet up until now. It seems I owe the court an apology. The Gaviners are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred. During our concert, apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. Updated autopsy report? What are you... I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't. He's about to tell us. I've got an idea. Let's rock! With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Fräulein detective, if I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Machito Bai is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lamua lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Machito Bai. According to this, Machito Bai can see perfectly well. What? Well, in that case, he definitely did it. Oh, guilty! Guilty! Bang, bang, bang. What? His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well. But you said... What did I say exactly? Her forehead, not once in the course of this trial, have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fräulein detective. But that's... a significant fact, yes. Consider Machito Bai sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe our forehead neatly explains those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. Ack. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Irk. This is where the real fun begins, our forehead. Yarg! I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize. Oh, sorry. That's no way to apologize. He's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering. Now. Whatever. I'm not leaving. Can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Don't say that. What? This bloodstain? The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what was really written here. Really? You can do that? That's right, with this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Yes, have we done those tests yet? Ha, as if I'm gonna tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. Right, go for it, Apollo. I have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Yes, I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press space to spray an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking! Let's do this. Wow, it really works. This must be the power of science. It says IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is. If the killer was a robot. Aha, I have it. So what is it? I saw those letters. IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouche even know a number like that? Good show, Fräulein Detective. Rock on. Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No. Give me 27. Phew. Goodbye. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh, wait. I know. What if Machito Bai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. Possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. The kid? If the 14-year-old is an undercover Interpol agent? Why did Latouche know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machito Bai. What are you talking about? Fräulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, her forehead? Well, the same reason that, Lemure, pretended that she couldn't speak English. It's a publicity marketing thing. That, or, he's the murderer. Only other option. Huh? Me? Oh, gaga. Machito Bai pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? Objection! Hey up, fan! He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? Does he know? No, that's the moment I heard that report. I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What case is this? This is, case 3. Yeah. Of Apollo Justice. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machito Bai pretended to be blind. And with case 1 and 2, when did I stream them? It was... If you're asking when I streamed them, I streamed case 1 and most of case 2 over a year ago, and then recently I came back to it. So we recently finished off case 2, and now we started case 3. But I do have the VODs on YouTube. There was a reason why Machito Bai pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? Yeah, no wonder you don't remember. Yeah, it was quite a while ago. It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? Oh, you rewatched the reasoning. Oh, thank you. I mean, is it just a... I think it's just a publicity marketing thing. I'll show evidence. Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means... no, it couldn't be. Could show her forehead. It seems you've thought of something. Why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well. Look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. That is, Lemire and Machi Tobai. Recall their relationship, in particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lemire and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times, Yet we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their, performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Really? Really, it was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lemire. What's this? So you mean to say that Lemire is... she's... Yes, Your Honor. Lemire is blind. What? So she did it! Order, order, order! This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Is it now? Please, please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Dude, leave me alone, leave me alone. Yes, I see it is not vast in vain, this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lemire herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me, I had no idea she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Bailiff, bring in Lemire. Lemire. It pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please, do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian, I don't even know what I've decided on, countryside, would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So you are? Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lemire. Oh yeah, she has amnesia too, huh? Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lemire. I see. She does not. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial, her forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Now, Lemire, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course. Though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. When is the judge not a bit lost? When is he ever understanding what's going on? Lemire's eyes. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. But Judge is just the guy with the popcorn, yeah. This guy's awful at his job. I love him. But this is a murder trial. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would. She told us the truth since the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? Oh, well, technically she didn't lie, so everything's okay. I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well, the defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Oh god. Are you gonna punish me for pressing? I don't like it when they do that. Okay. There was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Okay, what part was it? What part? Lamila's eyes. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. Though silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Is it this? Like, that means that the victim would have known? But then what does that mean? See if I go around. I suppose that's her confession of sorts. There's just one part that bothers me. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. What part? What part? Did she still even go in there? Why? I have no memory of the lights. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound, came up with my PR line before he knew this. As silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Okay, I think I'm gonna... Let me save again. Let me save again. I'm not save scumming, but like if shit gets bad, you know? Let's try pressing this. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course. He was my manager, so he knew. And that's what's been bugging me. It's for security's sake, yeah. It's insurance. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. Why would he say the siren? Witness, if she couldn't see. Is that what he's getting at? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Oh, here we go again. He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold, so cold, witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Witness can't see? Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk tisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. Yes, let us play that again. The witness. Siren? We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. He's been acting that out. He's been acting that out every time. Oh my god. We're playing in court. Stop. Oh my god. He's insane. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Ugh! That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, her forehead. Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Urgh. Order, order. Recall Lemieux's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. How do you know it was closed the entire time? We have already run a simulation, of course. What do you mean, a simulation? But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor. What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here? We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation? Ah, the Interpol numbers that Mr. Latouche left us. Oh. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number, and I'm gonna take a 5-minute break because I didn't want to fuck up my voice. So, short break. I'm gonna run ads for 2 minutes, and I'll be back. Yay! See you soon! I'm back. We'll probably go for another half an hour or so. Yeah. I can't, with these Ace Attorney streams in particular, I can't do them too long because my voice starts getting a bit too sore. If I took more frequent breaks, like, it would be better, but I also don't want to stream this for ages because it's also a bit tiring. It's fun, but yeah. Alright, anyways, I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romian Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. Lost Boy Key, I see you, Lost Boy Key! He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent, so him being Lemur's manager was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. Concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romian Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you'd think. Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. He's wearing a onesie. That's just straight up a onesie. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? This is embarrassing. Stop it. Actually, it's kind of cool though. You know what? I take it back. Keep doing it. I want one of these. I'll be heading out. Wait, it's not a onesie? I saw from behind he's wearing pants. It's just a long jumper. Okay, that makes it a bit better. Wait. Lemur, is something the matter? That voice just now. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? You aren't saying. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of a joke? What? No way. Pants! Whoa! The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lemur, figuring Derek Crescent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective! Not only is he a guitarist. Could it really have been his voice, Lemur? Things are changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo! To be continued. That was like a test. That was a test. Every time they say something like that in these games. Oh, man. Continue on to the next chapter? Yeah. We're out! July 9, 2:12 p.m. Write anything agency. The wah! Hey, Apollo! What? Well, you know, actually nothing. I mean, something. Or maybe not. Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer. Well, you know, the trial today? I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Score? Gee. I guess I would, or maybe, well... I'm just as bad as you. See, it's so vague. Clearly. Archie avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. Asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. The agent registered under this number was Romian Latouche. And the victim, Mr. Latouche? Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lemieux told the whole court. Wait, that voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darien. It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. Well, you're in luck, Trucy, because guess what genre of game you're in? I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day, and you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine, right. Well, time's wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit of justice. Whoa. Darien did it. Just seeing that, just first thing, with this music and a smiling face. Lemieux dropped a bomb in court today. It was Darien. Lemieux said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow, I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Yeah, actually, I mean, there was this where the rhythm guitar part gets weird, but like, yeah, how would he do that actually? How would he be in there talking? Did he get like a lookalike? Oh my god, Phoenix Wright was pretending to be him. He put on a wig. Oh my god, underneath the beanie, there's actually a huge whatever that is. Right. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darien even? You bet I did. He is one of the Governor's guitarists after all. He is so cool. Oh. Right. All the Governors have a rock solid alibi. You couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage. But Lemieux heard him, didn't she? She heard Darien backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. Agent Latouche. An Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Yeah, anyway, you think he was investigating Lemieux? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. Oh, remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. So true, Trucy. That's something being our case. The last something, I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latouche up to? Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me! I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Grammar... I'm gonna be here forever. How should I go about saying this? I think I'm gonna say grammari. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Grammari! Hey, the other day... Eek! Who's there? I forgot about this guy. We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
We meet again! Nice to meet you. Who are you? And could you please stop smirking like that? It's you, Uncle Valant! Uncle Valant? 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 I think I'm gonna say Valant. He's your uncle?
No, silly. It's the great Grammari. Valant Grammari. The Grand Magician.
Yes, it is I, the great Valant Grammari, as seen on television. Jesus Christ. And could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. My, how you've grown.
Good to see you again, Uncle Valant. You look exactly the same.
I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura to him, it's true.
Let's ask him about the case, Apollo.
His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm.
After all, Uncle Valant's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle.
What? Daddy, you mean Mr. Right?
No, I mean my real daddy.
Trucy's real father? Jesus Christ. Valant Grammari. Yeah. Famous magician, often on TV, fond of exaggeration. Troupe Grammari. Valant Grammari. Yeah.
Wait, Apollo. Don't tell me you don't know about Troupe Grammari. It's really hard to say, Apollo.
Oh, Troupe Grammari? Huh? Grammari? Okay, it's Grammari. Grammari. No, it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. Not to not know of the greatest troupe of magicians on the planet. Valant Grammari. Valant Grammari. The name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child.
You bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park.
That's not good, Trucy. That's a terrorist.
Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. That's a criminal. This guy's a wanted criminal. And then escaped from a high security prison. We need to get this guy back in prison. What are we doing?
You said he is a magician? I opened the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of Troupe Grammari. Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else? Like a duo?
A duo?
Yeah, you had a partner. Something Grammari. Yes, Zach Grammari. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. Why is everyone so quiet?
Daddy.
Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way. Trucy's father. Once upon a time, Troupe Grammari included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valant Grammari, and my partner, Zach Grammari. Sometimes a magician duo has 2 great magician. I'm trying to make a joke about gay marriage, but it's really not landing. And this Zach
He was my real daddy.
Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea.
There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Happy Pride.
No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo.
That's all you need, really. Glad that I'm good for comic relief, at least.
Not that I see Daddy around much these days.
I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Read the street teller first thought was, look at my low dog, I'm going to jail. I know where she got green and orange hair. No, don't touch my green and orange hair. The green represents justice and the orange represents truth. You can trust me as your lawyer. This is a fact. Look it up in the dictionary. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy.
You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valant.
I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Colosseum, the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend that poor oh my goodness, that poor pianist, that blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did.
Well, it wasn't all my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this.
That's a videotape?
Quite so, a recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Ramari. It is a bootleg. Please do not tell the cops. This is an utmost crime. Will you watch it? Yes! Sugar, sugar. Yes! Oh, that night in your embrace. I love this so much. When you stole away the keys, my heart held on to so tight. You guys just wanted to see this again, huh? You wanted to hear my singing again, huh? Pleasure, but a fleeting melody. He's so orange. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, whoa, burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away. Oh, away. I love this so much. I just freaks out. Like a bullet of love, fire. Take my life away, all away. Guitar, guitar. Up together to the sky. What the fuck? Someone help me! What the hell? Oh my god! It's so good.
Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious.
There are more mysterious things in her song going on. Way more mysterious. This Valant Grimari has good reasons to be here today, but I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. Videotape received from Valant. Banger alert. Check it out. I'm a lawyer. What's this? You would ask me for a miracle, free of fee? Then thy wish be granted, thy will be done, thy evidence evicted into the ether. Act no evicting, please. Are all magicians like this, I wonder? Oh man, I just want to watch him freaking out again. Here we go, here we go. It's so good, it's so good. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening to my guitar? This wasn't all planned! Let's examine everything. It's important. That's one of those hats you pull things out of, right?
Of course, my hat's like a little universe, bigger on the inside than on the outside.
That reminds me of a sci-fi show I used to watch.
Incidentally, my pocket is a little universe too, and my panties, and...
Get the idea. A strange split box leers at me from the wall. No matter how many times I see that there, it still strikes me as odd.
Really? I guess I've gotten used to it after growing up with it always around the house.
What kind of a home did you grow up in?
I'd hide in there when we played hide and seek. You just get in, slide the sections around, and you're impossible to find.
I bet you would be. Oh hey, Megaman11, thanks for following me. That was 11 minutes ago. My notifications are not working. But thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Bet you would be. Mr. Charlie, the potted plant. Huh? His leaves are looking a little brown.
Good morning, Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie, your leaves!
Maybe you weren't giving him enough water?
No, it must be stress. He's worried about the new recruit at the office.
Hey, don't blame it on me. You are watering him, right?
It was Daddy's turn to water him this week.
Mr. Wright has been away on his top secret mission, no?
I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. This is all my fault. I'll water you soon, promise.
A faded photograph showing one of Trusie's favorite magicians. She talks to it daily for good luck, I hear.
I almost forgot. I hope I become a famous grand magician. Oh, and I hope Apollo becomes an ace attorney.
Pointing, that's the name of the game!
There, all done.
I suppose if you're going to talk to inanimate objects, a photo isn't so bad. How was your magic act coming along?
Well, I've been working on my cups and bowls routine.
Is that the one where the bowl moves from under one cup to the other?
That's right, the very same. Here, watch. First, I put one of the cups over the bowl, then I snap my fingers. Ta-da! The bowl's under the other cup.
It's not there.
Watch me pull something out of my magic panties.
Nice try.
Guess I know what I'll be doing tonight. Practicing. You can be my audience, Apollo.
I love them. I've seen some restaurants that set out real food to show what's on the menu.
I have too, but I noticed something strange. One time, there was a sandwich without any lettuce. Like it had disappeared. By magic.
I'm sure someone just swiped the lettuce and ate it.
Wait, that sandwich. You didn't. Apollo, you shouldn't eat sample food no matter how hungry you are.
Just how hard up do you think I am? Oh yeah. Look who's here. You know, that ring kind of gets in the way. Our client the other day tripped on it and fell on the floor.
Sending my ring rolling out the door. You know how long it took me to find it?
You know how long it took to calm down the client? And in the end, they walked out without hiring us. Could you clean up a bit?
But don't you think the props give the office a festive, fun-filled mood?
Not sure law offices have to be festive and fun-filled.
Apollo, this is the Write Anything agency. As CEO, I want an office that says we know how to have fun.
Guess it is her office, isn't it?
Well, how about some tea? Here you go.
Thanks. That's nice. But this is not the time to be drinking tea.
That's right, we have to get investigating. That was a close call. We almost relaxed.
Close call. There are several books of magic mixed in with the legal books on the shelves. I dusted them recently. Something like the gleam of clean books. Everything? Alright. You wanna... I mean, I don't know what I'd show this guy. You're just gonna leave him in here? Alright, see you, man. Detention center. Line 9, detention center. Visitors room. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect.
But they don't have any decisive evidence.
Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right, the air vent. And he lied.
Lied?
Machi Tobai can see.
Machi!
Speak of the devil.
He looks like he's doing okay.
I forget. Why did we come here? Not like we can talk to him or anything.
Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo.
It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings, but since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest.
You need someone to complain to, I'll listen.
I think she's actually worried for me. The trial today.
So, what did you think of the trial today? Phew. I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial.
Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win.
No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Huh?
What? Lemieux's testimony.
I'm glad Lemieux testified. What a great person. She even got Machi.
Hold on. Hold on.
Off the hook.
Maybe I should just keep that here. Let me rename it so I know what it is. Okay. By naming another suspect. Having lesbian pride specifically. So true. Darian of the Governors, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. Hmm? I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey.
What is it, Apollo?
No, it's nothing. I must be imagining it.
Imagining what, Apollo?
It's just, I couldn't help but feel that... I don't know. Machi... He doesn't understand what we're saying, right?
How could he? He's a young Borginian. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him.
Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning? He's just passively lying all the time. Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces.
Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. But what if that's not all he lied about?
If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him.
I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. Machi's eyesight.
So Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see and Lemieux can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo. I don't think we're gonna get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. I'm a lawyer, by the way.
Gloob glorb gloob glorb. I think he said, I am sorry I cannot speak your language. You are very beautiful, fair maiden.
This is why I never trust a translator. You seen this? Gloob glorb gloob glorb. Okay. A security guard. He stands here watching this room. His eyes when he looks at Machi are gentle. Maybe he has a kid the same age. Aww. I feel so bad for Machi. What the hell, man? That security camera is looking at me. Why do I feel this sudden urge to make a silly face? Do it, Apollo! Make a silly face! Do it! Go back to the wire. Sunshine Coliseum, what? Is this where we were? It was in here? July 9, Sunshine Coliseum.
Woo, what a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing.
The weather matters for an investigation? Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days? Yeah, so true. Sure, let's get started, shall we?
Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo.
What stuff?
Your voice training! This is the perfect place for it.
Good enough at home, thanks. Happy Pride Month? Perhaps?
Aw, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage.
I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer.
Then you're in luck because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, objection?
Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already.
Oh, it has everything to do with lawyers. Look at this doggy.
Look at this horrible beast. What's that creature there?
Oh, that's the police mascot, the blue badger.
It's life-size.
Haven't you seen them around town, patrolling the streets? That's
horrifying, actually.
Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot.
I'd run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky.
I don't think you're showing true blue badger spirit, Apollo.
It's horrifying. Small child, run from that thing. There's probably like a tracker in the balloons. What the fuck?
Look, a blimp!
Those balloons next to it have sponsor ads on them.
Let's see. Big sale, all shirts 50% off.
Oh, it's an ad for the department store next door. Oh. No clues here. Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today.
It's huge! And Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday, I'll fight my first battle on this stage.
Battle?
Well, yeah, it's a coliseum, isn't it?
They don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Trucy.
Really? I had no idea. I wonder why they stopped.
Sometimes I worry about her. I love her so much. God, I love these two dorks. Look, a massive sign for the guilty as charged tour. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena.
Oh, maybe I can take it to the office when they're done with it.
Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door.
Then I'll put it outside. I bet it'd be good for business.
She's so silly and whimsical. She is. Just as long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute.
Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me.
Is this part of some twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? With games like this, when, like, they introduce, like, a new protagonist, like, going from Phoenix to Apollo, like, there's the risk that they, like, the protagonist or whatever won't connect with the player, but, like, with Apollo, it's, like, it's so good. He's different from Phoenix, but also the dynamic between him and Trucy is similar enough to, like, Phoenix and Maya, while also being a little different. It's really good. I really like this game. Backstage hallway. Line 9, backstage hallway. Mr. Attorney. Lemieux, I'm sorry about today. It brings a new silly vibe to the courtroom. It's actually genius. Yeah! There is nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before.
Oh, you must have great ears.
Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday, but how? Let's talk. The voice. That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Crescen's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name. But I never forget a voice. Yes, oh, this is what I said. Every time, like, one of these happens, is Apollo just acting it out? Is that what's happening? Yes, you don't need to act it out, as I said in court. I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latouche were talking about something? The next moment I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening. I never imagined the gunshots might be real, and I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So, it really was Darian's voice that she heard. Yeah. At least, she certainly thinks it was. Machi. I met Machi before my debut as Lemieux. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia. And he was playing the piano? Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see? No, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see, all the while acting as your eyes. I feel like they could have gotten around with her. Like, that could still be a like, interesting gimmick. Like, if you're gonna market that kind of thing. I mean, I guess if they decided on the, like, on, what do you, like, the theme or whatever before they debuted. But, like, you could easily turn that around. Anyways, whatever. Kenny couldn't see, all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. Mr. Latouche. About Mr. Latouche. Ah, yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from memory. Right, yeah, the amnesia. Clouded, right. Darkness. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiwa. I awoke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days. What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamiwa is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way. That seemed really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamiwa. I thank you. Machi too tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. Aww. That's really sweet. I really like these two. They're very sweet. Check it out, I'm a lawyer. You think you could tell me about this? I'm sorry, but my information about the outside world is somewhat limited. I only know what I have heard or felt. Maybe that explains why she didn't react when I showed her stuff the other day. She was still pretending she could see then. What about this? We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? And when you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently, they hired a professional magician. Valant Grimari. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Grimari made me swear to never tell a soul. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know? I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something. Yes? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Device? Maybe you mean this? That's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Might I touch it? I thought as much. What? What did you think? This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder whose this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing. Maybe it was like turn up really, really, really loud and she could hear Darian like through the closed door, through the closed window, it like coming through this. Be quite inconvenient should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So, can I put it on? Headset attached to Trucy. Aww. Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. Then this might warrant some further inquiry. That's so cute. Can I ask you about this headset, Lamiwa? You said that all concert staff were wearing one? That's correct. You need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think. So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too then. They're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage, and a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? Okay, let's investigate this room and then I think we'll end it for today. That's Lamiwa's dressing room, and the scene of the crime. It's kind of lightly guarded for being a crime scene. I'm not complaining, makes it easier for us to go in. And Emma gave us her AK too, right? We can wander in and do as we like. What was Emma doing anyway? I hope she's not getting cavities from eating all those chocolate snackoos. That's the Governor's dressing room. They're all out on the investigation. Being backstage isn't half as glamorous without a band here. That little beast. That would be the Blue Badger, the police mascot. There's a guy outside in a giant blue badger costume, lumbering about. He stands out even more than those Governor's posters.
It's all the same. He's the band mascot too, you know.
I can't picture Prosecutor Gavin going for that kind of thing.
Neither can I. I'll bet there's a story there just waiting to be told. I'm thirsty, Apollo.
Want something to drink?
How about this one? A Steel Samurai Soda.
Now in real steel flavor.
Huh?
Here, my treat.
Hey, this isn't enough change.
The machines outside are cheaper. This one is highway robbery. I think we already saw that. Looks like an instrument case. A big instrument case.
There's a great magic trick you can do with one of these.
Huh? What kind?
The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case illusion.
So it's the girl who's miraculous, not the escape?
So picky.
A concert poster for the Guilty as Charged tour.
I love that name. Guilty as Charged.
Seems kind of negative to me.
Well, why don't we do the opposite? Magician Trucy presents the Innocent as Charged tour.
It kind of loses its impact, doesn't it? Okay. Let's check out the this. Spin it around, rotate it in my mind.
10-4 that, little buddy. This is Trucy reporting in. Over.
Why the sudden silence?
No one answered.
I love when she just like... It's so funny. Don't be silly.
What good is a receiver that doesn't receive? That's like Emma not performing forensic investigations.
Make her sound like she's some kind of forensic investigation machine. Which is just silly. Unless she's a super high-tech android that runs on snackoos. You're onto something, Apollo. Okay. We're gonna leave it here for today. I will probably be streaming tomorrow. If I'm not, I'll let you know on the Discord. Let me... Discord. I'm howling at the moon. I'm sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Yeah, and maybe the day after tomorrow, depending on how things are going, maybe I'll stream some Persona 5X. It might just be like a one-off stream. We'll see. So yeah, thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I hope you all have a very good day or night, and I'll see you in the nenext stream. Bye bye! See ya! Thanks for coming! Yahoo!